this video, we will show you how to build your brand kit in a free Canva account. This will include creating your own brand board with colors, fonts, and a profile image that can be used as a reference when you create your social media posts. You'll also be able to save 3 of your own brand colors. Let's start by doing that now. On the side panel, go to where it says brand, and here we are in the brand kits. Go below, and here is our brand kit. And as you see, the brand kit is empty right now, so we're going to add a new color. Hover over the box with the plus sign, and let's look for colors. As you see, there's the color options down here, and then the gradients or the intensity of those right here. Let's look for a blue, and as soon as you click out of the box, it saves it in that box. Let's add a different color. There we go. And one more, because we can add 3 in the Canva free version. Let's do a little bit click out of there. And now we see the crown appear. That would be for the Canva Pro version in order to add more than 3 colors. You're not limited to 3 colors in your design, and it's just easy to have these at your fingertips. So now we're going to go to look for a brand board. Go back to home, and let's look for a brand board. Search for it up here in the search bar. We've pre-selected a brand board that is very simple to use, and if you are going to do this in Canva, search for brand board pumpkin. And the reason that it is pumpkin is because it is the pumpkin color in this brand board. So it's turquoise and pumpkin. Because this is a very easy brand board to customize, it has a white background, it has 3 colors, it's going to suit our purposes just perfectly. And it says this template contains paid elements, but we can deal with that quite easily, and we'll show you how. We're going to customize this template. Now this brand board is simply a place to reference your colors, reference your fonts, and any images that you might want to save, such as your profile picture and maybe something to remind you of your why. We go up into design in the top left corner, go to styles, and we're going to customize these colors here by going into that edit box, go up to the color at the top. This is where you go all the time if you want to change something in your design. You go to color and click on that blue, and that changes that color to blue. If we go to this one and then go back over to here, it changes that color to the pinkish one again. And here if we go to green, there you go. Now if we wanted to change to different fonts, here the fonts are actually labeled on the brand board with the name of the font, and you can see the name of the font here. If we want to change a font and we haven't quite picked one yet, we can go down here, we can go to font sets. Let's look at all of them. All sorts of font combinations that have been chosen by the graphic designers at Canva to be ones that go well together. So let's just choose this one. And now if we hover in this box, we see that that is the font called Anton. So if we're just going to change that in here so we know what the name of the font is. And if we go into there, it's going to show us that that is the font called Prompt. So we can change the label on here so it fits. Where to go there to center it. Anytime we want to zoom in on a design, we can go down onto the slider down here. And what we see is in this particular brand board, they've identified the colors by name, and then they've identified them by their hex codes. And this is a universally recognized color code. Let's go and see how we can find our own hex codes here. So we go back up to the top to the blue section, and we go in here to edit. And if we click on there, we can see the code down at the bottom here. If we copy that code, and this is again just for reference, and we're going to paste that into there. We can just rename this here blue. Same kind of thing goes for over here. We go back up to the color. We go over to here, click into it, and we see that the code is right here. So let's copy it and paste it down in this box. And we will call this, for lack of a better description, here we'll do the same, and we see the color code for this particular green. We'll copy it, I'll go down to here, I'll save it, and we'll call this pale green. So now we have the hex codes for your own reference. We have the colors chosen there. And we can go up here and we can change the color of this font because pumpkin isn't in our color choices. So the way we can do that is to go up here to color. And we can change that to, let's choose this once again for that one. And we can customize this up here. We can call this My Brand Board. We can get rid of this. Anytime you want to delete something, hover over it and the box will appear. So this is an element that you may want to use. We're not too concerned with logos right now, so we're going to get rid of this. But what we will find is an element. So if we go up to the left, there's elements. And say you like ferns, and you maybe want to put a picture of a fern in many of your other posts. So we can do this, and we can go into search fern leaf. And so anything with a crown beside it indicates the paid version of Canva, but there certainly are other fern leaves in here that we can use. Just make it smaller, fit it into something like that. Oh, let's go back up and change the color of that font there. We'll use the pale green. Now we can go down here. This is called a mood board. We can just put, change this to my photos. And remember when we talked about their paid elements? These would be the paid elements if it shows a watermark there. So we can just delete those, and to delete the whole frame and the photo, we would hit delete grid. Do the same for all of these. They all have the Canva watermark on them. We want to save a couple of spots here though. So instead of, for these two, we're just going to delete the image and leave the frames because we want to insert our own pictures. We can do that by going to the uploads section over here. We've already uploaded an example of a profile photo. So let's just pop that in there. And sometimes we maybe want to save a photo and use it in our posts that reminds us of our why, traveling and going to a sunny place with palm trees. Let's just make that a little bit bigger. Let's make this a little bit bigger. And we've got the reference for our photos. Down here you can put your website, so we can again change the color of that. Maybe we want it pale green. This, we may want to make it blue. This color here, in order to do that, we go up there and we make this blue. Let's go and see what else we can change. Oh, let's change this to blue as well. Out of here, we've got the spot that we've saved our colors, our fonts, and an element and a couple of photos. Let's save it so we can refer to it at a later date when we want to use it for our posts. Let's go into projects on the left and create a folder. call this My Brand Board. We see we've made a folder. And this is the name of the item, the design that we've made here. So let's just call this, take out the turquoise and pumpkin label that we started with, and we'll call this My Brand Board. This is the design that we started with here. And we've made the My Brand Board folder to put it in. We can just drag this into there. And then we'll see that one item is in there. You can also find this from the home page. So if we go back to home, we can see that it is saved in here, but it's also saved in projects. And it's saved in My Brand Board. Now the image there just shows what we started with. But if we go into there, we bring that up, there it is, the way that we've changed it. And it's called My Brand Board. This is the basic way you can save 3 colors from your free Canva brand kit. You can have these 3 colors at your fingertips and the fonts at your fingertips anytime you want to use them for your social media posts.